Section 2.1.2 Why DevOps Exists Problem-Driven Mindset. DevOps didn't appear because someone wrote a clever manifesto. It appeared because real teams were suffering. Releases were late. Incidents were frequent. People were exhausted. Strip away the buzzwords and what remains is surprisingly simple. DevOps is a structured response to a long list of recurring, painful problems in how we build and run software. That's why understanding DevOps doesn't start with definitions. It starts with a more honest question. What hurt so much that teams were forced to change the way they worked? Let's walk through that story. For a long time, software moved slowly. Picture the early 2000s. A new release might happen once or twice a year, often on physical media, often labeled something like version 3.0. The waterfall model fit that world. Long planning, long development, long testing, one big release at the end. Then the internet rewrote the rules. Applications became global. Users expected constant updates. Competitors moved faster. Netflix started streaming, while Blockbuster was still renting DVDs. But inside many companies, nothing really changed. Developers wrote code, operations ran servers, security stayed on the side. Each group did its job well, in isolation. Developers chased speed, operations chased stability, security chased safety. Each goal made sense on its own. Together, without coordination, they collided. This collision became known as the wall of confusion. Developers said, "It works on my machine." Operations replied, "Then why does it keep breaking in production?" Security warned, "You're moving faster than we can protect the system." And the business kept asking the same question, again and again. Why does shipping a small feature take months? By the late 2000s, that pain became impossible to ignore. Agile had already accelerated development. Cloud made infrastructure flexible. But the connection between development and operations was still broken. DevOps emerged right in that gap. Not as theory, as survival. And this matters because Agile and DevOps are not the same thing. Agile speeds up how teams build software. DevOps connects how software is built, run, secured, and improved as one continuous system. DevOps always begins in the same place, with pain. Imagine a familiar scene. It's 2 in the morning. Production is down. A deployment that should have been simple just failed. People are tired. Blame is starting to circulate. Management wants answers. DevOps begins with a grounded question. Where does it hurt? Not which tool to buy, not which framework to adopt. First, find the pain. Then remove it, deliberately. This is the problem-driven mindset. You trace how work actually flows. You find where it slows down or breaks. You fix those points. And then you repeat. A technique often used here is value stream mapping. It simply means following an idea from concept to production and noticing where time, quality, or communication leak away. With that lens, let's look at the pains that forced DevOps into existence. The first pain was separation. Teams became silos. Development, operations, and security worked like separate kingdoms. Different leadership, different incentives, different priorities. When things went well, no one noticed. When things failed, blame exploded. DevOps does not remove roles. It removes distance. Teams share responsibility. They succeed together, they fail together, and learn together. This is why blameless postmortems matter. They turn incidents into insight instead of fear. Industry data consistently shows the same pattern. Teams that collaborate burn out less. Teams that stay siloed burn out faster. Division hurts systems. DevOps exists to remove that division. The second pain was delivery itself. Releases were rare, risky, stressful. Release day felt like surgery. Everyone held their breath. DevOps changed this by making change smaller. Continuous integration. Continuous delivery. Instead of one massive release, teams ship tiny, safe changes, constantly. This isn't about reckless speed. It's about reducing risk by reducing size. Small changes fail quietly. Big changes fail loudly. DevOps teaches teams to choose the quieter option, another pain hid in everyday work. Manual processes. Logging into servers by hand, running commands from memory, relying on tribal knowledge. Humans are creative problem solvers. They are terrible copy machines. DevOps responds with a simple rule. If something repeats, automate it. Not to remove people, but to protect them from fatigue and error. Then there was a sentence every engineer knows. It works on my machine. Different environments, different configurations, different outcomes. DevOps removes this entire category of failure. By making environments consistent, infrastructure becomes code. Code becomes the source of truth. If it runs there, it runs everywhere. Security created another breaking point. For years, security happened at the end. Too late, too slow. Most breaches didn't come from brilliant attacks, but from simple misconfigurations. DevOps evolved into DevSecOps. By moving security earlier, where fixes are cheaper and safer. This is the shift-left mindset. Fix problems when they are small. Scale added even more pressure. Monoliths broke under load. Failures spread quickly. DevOps supported systems that bend instead of snap. Smaller services, independent scaling, resilience tested on purpose. Not because microservices are trendy, but because reliability matters. As DevOps matured, another pain appeared. Too many tools, too little coherence. DevOps answered with platform engineering. Instead of chaos, teams get a paved road. Instead of choice overload, clear defaults. Less friction, more focus. Finally, there is legacy, old systems, critical systems, systems no one dares to touch. DevOps doesn't demand replacement. It enables gradual change. Wrap the old, replace piece by piece, let the system evolve. This is why DevOps works for banks, airlines, and governments, not just startups. In 2025, all of this matters more than ever. Multi-cloud is normal. AI is everywhere. Threats are constant. DevOps is no longer optional. It is the operating system of modern software delivery. When someone asks, why does DevOps exist? They're not testing vocabulary. They're testing whether you understand pain. DevOps exists because old ways couldn't scale. Because silos, manual work, and slow feedback broke teams. Because reliability requires collaboration, not heroics. Seeing DevOps this way, as a response to pain, is what makes the concept finally click. We now understand what DOP stands for and why it exists. One last confusion remains. Many people still think DevOps means tools. That's exactly what we'll untangle next. End of section 2.1.2.